Hey, what's up? Good morning. Oh, I got to do something real quick. I got to turn on this light. There's another little light. All right, guys. How is it going today? Yeah, that was fun. I see, and it says, awesome interview with Gretchen yesterday. That was a lot of fun. That was a blast. And I actually got another message from at least one other person who said that they would want to come on. Shannon, good to see you. Brenda, let's see. Oh, shout out to everybody. I love it. It's fun to be together. Off shopping for a new mower. Hey, that's fun. Good morning from the Oregon coast. Super. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Look at this. Good morning from Vancouver, BC. Can't stay on because I have my little granddaughter today, but I want to say I enjoyed yesterday. Awesome. Yes. I need to finish Gretchen's interview. Super fun. Barb from Florida, welcome. Glad that you're here, guys. Okay, today we're going to be, I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to show you what we're going to paint. And I also am going to give you this again. If you have not yet texted me, make sure you do, because this is how I add you to my list, and I will make sure you get notified when we go live. So I'm actually leaving town tomorrow, and so that means that I'm going to try to get something out there. But I will text you guys and I will let you know kind of the upcoming schedule, because I'm going to be out of town a little bit. And so I'll need to work and figure out what I can do and what I can't do over the next week and a half. Because we're going to Mexico, we're going to Arizona, for another coaching thing, which is going to be super cool. But then I'm going to Arizona with my family. Also, we're building a house again for a family down there, and that's going to be really cool. But that means that there's going to be a little bit of time where I need to figure out how to do live things, and we might have to, unfortunately, I don't know, might have to miss a few days. I'm not sure, but I'm going to try to figure out any solutions I can. Anyways, the reference for today is this beautiful digital painting that we'll be using as our guide. I don't know, maybe it's because I was just in Arizona. Maybe it's because I'm going back to Arizona again, but I always love the desert. I love this just reminds me of a morning that Willow and I woke up early with Renee, went on a hike. It reminds me of another day that Willow and I went to this little deserted little ghost town type of setup that they had. Just so fun. But anyways, that's what's going to happen. If you want to purchase a painting, it's a great way to just help this happen, right? But also, I'm putting these demos out there. They've been super awesome deals. And you can go to jeddorseyart.com for that. And of course, the big thing that I keep talking about is, if you want to grow big, sometimes you just want to paint small. We do have our biggest sale since 2022 on the miniature challenge. And this is the thing, is I'm going to get out of the way here because I know you can't even see what it's saying, but there you go, miniaturechallenge.com. That is where you want to go, and you want to make sure that you get signed up there even now, because there's you can't purchase anything right now, but you can sign up kind of on the wait list so that you get notified on that day. Otherwise, just mark it on your calendars. It's going to be awesome. Okay, let's see if I can get back to the reference, and then we will go like this. Got another black panel here, gessoed. I've got titanium white cadmium yellow light, cadmium orange. And this today, I have out here naphthol red. And I might actually go grab some of my, let me see here. Got to find my quinacridone red. Here it is. I'll probably put out a little bit of quinacridone red too, because I'm not sure if I really wanted the naphthol red, but I was doing another lesson for coming up, and I needed to use the naphthol red. It was just what I had to do. So this is a mix. It's like ultramarine blue, but again, because of the lesson I was doing, I had to put out a little bit of phthalo blue, and it got mixed in a little bit. So anyways, it's mostly ultramarine with a tiny little bit of phthalo blue mixed in. And then, of course, Mars Black. Is it necessary to use a black canvas? Well, no, it's not. But I do it because I just am so used to it, and it's kind of it's easy for me to paint this way, but you don't have to at all. Any info yet on New Harmony, the workshop that is coming up in April? And that's funny, Gretch. I just was reading this. Jed looks lonely today. Actually, you know who's here with me is Raven.
Hello.
Are you on there? You're muted.
Well, I'm using the mic that's connected to yours as well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Let's talk again then. No, say something.
Hello.
Okay, it does catch you. I see that. Okay, that's funny. Okay, so anyways, if you got questions or anything like that, Raven is here, and he will be able to answer or help me know that there's a question. But no, I don't think that I have any information on that. I really need to look at that. That's awesome, though. I love that you can be here. So guys, for real, let's see what this says. Good morning. We was also catching up yesterday's sessions. Can't wait for the miniature challenge this year. Maybe you also want to shout out for a watercolor lesson or two. I know. Well, that's what I was saying. I need to talk to my brother again. Remember, we were talking about him yesterday, my dad. I have some different ideas. I'd have some different ideas for sure. Okay, people are saying hi to you. I love it. All right. Okay, are we ready for this, guys? I think I'm ready. I'm gonna have to move quick. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go with the big brushes again. Oh wow, let's see. Oh yeah, sometimes I don't put my brush back and I'm looking for it, but here's my big bad brush. And man, this is gonna be great. Okay, I think I'm just trying to think about like how I want to paint. I might mix it up today. Should I, or should I go with the tried and true? I might just use my big brush right now to do the drawing, which feels probably a little bit big, but I think it'll be kind of nice actually. So let's just we know that this is going to get darker. It's not going to last as it dries and as the black comes through, it's going to get all darker, but it's a good starting spot for us, I think. But I really love the light in this picture. And that's what I'm going to be doing. What the heck? Mix it up. That's right. That's right. Why not live on the edge a little bit here? Mix it up. No fear, right? No fear at all. We just don't let fear enter our minds ever. And then we got this cool butte. Is that what you call that, Raven? A butte?
Oh, sure.
And then some of this color actually can come over here too. Oh man, this is, I love this. Actually, I'm already loving it. This needs to be more, a little bit more.
You were correct.
Butte?
Yeah.
Okay. Other people, see, that's the thing is like, I don't know hardly anything. I get on here and I just ask people questions and they know everything, man. Like, I swear. I've learned like half of all I know in life, I've learned from live streaming with people. Like, for real. I'm kind of being funny with that. Like, I'm kind of joking. But then if I really sit and think about it, it's probably true. It's like, I learned so much from people here. Dude, I'm loving this. I'm almost done with this painting. I don't know. For real. Dude. That's what I love, man. Just the big brush. Why do we even have small brushes? They're so stupid. Like, all we need is a big brush like this. Life gets so much better with a big brush. Raven, do you think that they should outlaw small brushes and only let people use big brushes? Do you think that we should try to get I don't know, should that be a rule?
I don't know if other people is good with big brushes. Some people need detail.
Oh, man. I was kind of hoping that we could make a rule. Just nobody can sell or use a big brush anymore. We will confiscate all. I keep saying the wrong thing. I mean, a small brush. I'm just joking. I'm not a control freak. I just think it's funny to think about trying to take away all the little brushes. But I'm also enjoying this so much, man. Like, and I know part of the fun for me is because I'm not using a small brush. Just like, I can't do the details. And that makes me happy. Okay, I'm gonna finish off this roll of paper towels. I use a lot of paper towels to wipe when I get, sometimes like I don't really want to get a lot of water in here right now. I kind of want to just keep grabbing paint and putting it on. So, and I don't mind it being mixed, I guess you could say. Mixed a little bit. There might be a day coming, like even yesterday when I think I did quite a bit of work on the demo that I was doing for our master class. I think I did quite a bit of it actually with a smaller brush. Maybe that's why I'm so excited about the big brush today, because I spent quite a bit of time with a small brush. So, man, Raven, I was gonna do that whole thing with you, right? I had kind of like scheduled and looked at painting something from Italy, and then asking you questions and talking with you. But dude, let's just do it right now, even though this isn't Italy.
It's Arizona.
This is Arizona. But let's do it. Let's talk.
Yeah.
So, Raven, where are you from?
I'm from North Carolina originally.
Okay, you were born in North Carolina?
Yep.
Oh, really? And how did you, tell us, how long were you there?
I was in North Carolina for 3 years, my first 3 years.
Okay.
And then I went to, there's a few places in between there and Washington.
Okay.
But I basically, I'm trying to think of Vermont. I was in Vermont for the in-between mostly.
Oh, really?
And then we came here when I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
And been living there, here ever since. And then moved to Italy 4 years ago and came back this April.
So how did you end up in Italy?
We used to always travel a lot, and when we would travel, one of our favorite places in Europe was Italy. We'd always return back there every time we were doing a trip to Europe. So when we were thinking about moving, we originally then moved to Belize.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, but then some things happened. We got like sick, so then we never made our flight to go to Belize.
Oh, are you serious?
And my parents took it as a sign to maybe think about somewhere else.
Oh, wow. That's
And
crazy.
Then we moved to, I was in like South Carolina for almost a year with my grandparents. And then we moved to Italy.
So you were in South Carolina, like were your parents still here, or like were they in between, or were they in Italy?
Half the time they were here selling everything and kind of just getting everything
Really
packed and set up.
Yeah.
And they came and were there for a while as well.
Okay, they were in South Carolina too, but also just getting stuff ready. Wow. Okay, so you moved to Italy with your family.
Yeah.
And like before you moved, did we ever meet?
Yes, we did. Dad used to have a space at the Camino Island Coffee Roasters, or the Camino Commons. And my dad, when he was studying for his doctorate, was always up there. And I'd be with him a lot because at the time I was homeschooled. So I kind of follow my parents around, do schoolwork with them. And so I knew you probably 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. It's crazy. So we didn't realize this. So I don't think I've told these people. Did I tell them about camp or anything? Like, I don't think so. So basically, how did we get reconnected? Because that was 5 years ago. I knew your dad some, like through our studio / the coffee shop. But we didn't really stay in contact or anything like that. You guys had moved to Italy. So how did we end up getting connected? I can't remember. Just joking.
It ended up being when I came back here, it was like the perfect timing. It was April and they're planning for a church camp. And I really wanted to go. I was like super excited and like I got to go for free, which was amazing. And then Jed so happened to be my cabin leader, one of my cabin leaders, along with Ben. And we connected over that week and it was amazing.
So, and at that same time though, we didn't realize that we'd ever known each other or anything like that.
Yeah, it wasn't until 2 Sundays ago that I connected the dots and then I told him about it.
Yeah. So crazy. It was so crazy. So anyways, you guys like Raven said, like I knew his parents a bit, and his dad used to come into our studio because it was connected to this coffee shop, and Raven was there. And the reason it was so clear to me, and I was like, oh, absolutely, I remember your family, is because he has a sister named Willow. And so I remember, even way back then, like, their family really stood out because you don't meet that many Willows in the world. And, we have a daughter named Willow. So anyways, that was really cool. I think I might have mentioned that to you guys the other day, but okay. So now let's see, where should we go? What should we add in? I think Raven's a very interesting young man. Lots of interest. Tell us a little bit about one, like you did something with trains before. Talk about that. It's a little bit artsy and creative.
I used to be into model trains and doing model making for that. And I used to do a bunch of like dioramas. So basically what I do is like find a place, take a picture of it, a lot like art, and make a 3D version of it in small scale. And I also did like a lot of just trying to make everything as realistic as possible, and just attention to detail and realism. That's something I used to really enjoy. I still do. The hobby's gotten a little out of my price range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and where do you live right now?
I live at your house.
Awesome. So this was so cool, guys, is honestly like, maybe a week ago. No. I'm getting my time mixed up a little bit, but Raven, you probably moved in. What day was it? What day of the week was that? Oh, it was a Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
It was a Wednesday. So it was a week ago.
Yeah.
A week ago, Raven moved into our house with us, right? So crazy. Okay. I knew it felt like it hadn't been that long, but for some reason I was thinking it was before last Wednesday, but no, it was last Wednesday. Raven moved in, and I promptly like left town, went to Arizona like a couple days later. But here's the deal. So like that was last Wednesday when Raven moved in, and the week before that, Peter was up at our place. And if you don't know who Peter is, Peter works with us, and Peter started working with us when he was 16 years old, if you can believe that. And so I was telling Peter, dang, you know what I want, man? I want another Peter. I want to like find another young guy that just like doesn't have, too many like big responsibilities in life, that could really just like be here more. And, like Peter's married now, and like has a lot of other things that they live 45 minutes away, all that kind of stuff. But it was like such a cool thing, because Peter actually lived with us for about 7 or 8 months, or I don't know, some length of time. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but it was really fun. Like it was super, super cool, amazing time of growth for us. And anyway, so I was telling him, man, like, wouldn't it be cool if there was somebody that like I just want to get like a young guy to come live here, or like work here, like. Anyways, that was the context. And then like 2 days later, after that, Raven, we were in contact. He said, hey, I'm looking for a place to stay, because I'm going to move back to the area he'd been living. Where were you living? You were living somewhere else for a while. Let you do the talking. He's living pretty close by, but about an hour away.
Yeah.
And so you wanted to move back. And I was like, talked with Renee about it. I was like, well, what do you think about our spare bedroom? So we talked about it, like worked through some just like, okay, how could that work? And I'm like, man, talking about like, no, but I want Raven to help me with this, like, because he had another option to live somewhere else, but I was like really hoping that it didn't work very well. And it turned out that it wasn't that great of a situation in the end. Like not quite, not maybe not as cool as living here. I don't know. Anyways, so Raven, I'm super pumped that you're here. Really am. Okay, so let's see. What else do you want to talk about, Raven? Tell us a little bit more about your family. Your family is very interesting. And you've got 2 sisters. One is named Willow.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Who's
Mogan.
the other one? Mogan. Okay. And where are your sisters?
One lives in Germany and the other one lives in the UK.
Okay, Germany and the UK. Yeah. What are they like?
Willow's great. She's kind of a tomboy. She always has been. And she's super nice. Mogan, I've had some troubles in the past with her, but she's also
really?
a great person as well. Yeah.
Just because you're closer in age maybe and that kind of thing, or what? Just don't get along as easily?
She's a bit of a tattletale.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Okay, so she told your parents about stuff that you were doing. Is that what you're saying?
Or would like try to make things I was doing look bad, even though.
Okay. Okay. Oh, got you.
She doesn't do that anymore, though. So.
Yeah.
That was just when we were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where did you say she is, though, now?
She's in England.
Okay.
Yeah, a little place called Cornwall. The chat knows about that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I've heard of Cornwall. I've never been to England. I've never been to Europe. So I don't have special experiential knowledge of these places, but I've definitely heard of Cornwall.
Yeah.
And so your parents, though, talk a little bit about your parents ended up in Italy, but there's more to say with that. Like, where do they live? What's their life like now in Italy?
They live like right on the edge of Tuscany, and they kind of were getting really overworked pre-COVID, and their business like suffered a lot during COVID. My dad is an acupuncturist, and he ran his own acupuncture, what would that technically be called? Studio, I guess. And yeah, during COVID, it suffered a bunch and it was barely floating, and they decided they were going to shut it down and move somewhere. At the beginning, it was Belize, but then, yeah, it turned into Italy. Because we were going to travel around Europe and find a place, but we first went to Italy like we usually did, and my parents fell in love with it again instantly.
Yeah.
And we were staying with some actually really good friends now at one of their Airbnbs. We didn't know them when we moved there, but
okay,
really good friends.
Okay.
And we were staying there for like a couple months, and then we went, I think it was to Croatia, and we went back to Italy because we wanted to buy a place in Italy, and we found our house, and it's a mill that's probably like 800 years old, around there.
So cool.
And it has like a bunch of Roman roads coming into it. It's really amazing. It's like in a valley. And it's right near a town called Orvieto, actually. It's more of a city, but that's like the big thing that's close. And yeah, my parents get to live the beautiful life now.
Wow.
My dad barely works, but he works enough for Italy. Because he's a acupuncture teacher now, and my mom is a therapist, and yeah, so they get to do whatever they want all day, and then work in the evenings.
It's amazing. Oh yeah, because they kind of work for U.S. organizations still, right? Or connected here more.
Yeah.
So they work online, which means their daytime over there is free, and then they work more at nighttime with clients or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. So how about we take a painting trip? Can your parents hook us up with places to stay over there and stuff like that if we brought a little group of people over?
Yep, we have 3 bedrooms. Well, yeah, one's a studio. We have a studio and then another bedroom spare.
But I mean, what if we brought a group of 20 people or 15 people over to do a painting trip? Are there places around that we could stay?
Right nearby, there's a retreat center.
Is there really?
It's not too expensive as well. My mom wants to run some retreats out of it.
Oh, really?
It's really nice.
Is there anything to paint there though? It's probably pretty boring.
I don't think you could ever not find something.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I see somebody says I'll go. Oh man. Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome actually. I like the idea.
Yeah.
The thing that's hard about trips for me is like if you don't know where to go, how to do it, all that kind of stuff. You really just need somebody else who can help organize it, or like is the person on the ground, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And now that I am thinking about your family there, I'm thinking that might be worth trying to figure out. I know that Renee would absolutely love any kind of trip like that. Like she's been talking about going to Europe for a while. She's spent plenty of time all over, but she would like to bring Willow and do another trip like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. It's an amazing place, especially since it's super easy to get around without like a car.
Yeah.
Because the transportation system's super good.
Oh, yeah.
So you can take trains everywhere and then buses where the trains aren't, usually.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Unless you're in the south of Italy, there's nothing there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's my family,
Oh, that's where your in-laws live?
Yeah.
Or I mean, not in-laws, but your mom's family or whatever.
Yeah, they live right near where is it technically? It's in the south of Italy, and there's just kind of a lot of ruins out there,
Okay.
projects that never got finished, and it's very I don't know what exactly went down. I think it was something to do with what was it? I think it was like when Italy was joining the EU, they lost funding for all these projects they started.
Oh, yeah. Well, there've been like a lot of financial issues in Greece and Italy and all that kind of, maybe
Yeah.
it's kind of, that's interesting.
That's actually a good question. Dan was saying, is there a language barrier? Yes. I understand Italian because I grew up around Italians speaking Italian. Like I used to go to New Jersey for Christmases, and all my Italian relatives were there, and a lot of them didn't even speak English.
Really? That's crazy.
So I understand it, but speaking it, it's I know just enough to get along. So you learn it when you're living somewhere for a long time. You just learn the language naturally because you hear it so much. It's all around you. It's kind of like how kids learn like to speak. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You kind of just learn it no matter what because you're around it.
But that was a hard thing for you, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because
I'm not good with languages.
but I also just like feeling like you maybe it wasn't that part of your story, kind of like, and why you wanted to leave in a way was because you didn't have as many friendships and stuff, partly maybe because of the language.
Yeah, it was partly because of the language. It was a little bit hard to make friends when you don't speak the local language. I mean, a lot of people my age do speak English, but
Okay.
I just kind of wasn't putting myself out there.
Yeah. It was more than that, but okay. So But you didn't just like in the end. I mean, you kind of went through your story quickly, but you ended up in England also for a while.
Yeah, I've lived in England for probably about a year, and that's a place where I actually made a lot of friends. And there's a whole story behind it. Jen knows it. And yeah, that was we were going there like up until my parents got their visa, because we have to stay, when you don't have a visa in Europe, you have to stay 3 months out of the European Schengen zone, and then you can go back for another 3 months.
What'd you call it? European shaming zone?
Schengen.
Oh,
Schengen, I don't remember.
I don't know what I thought you were saying. There was like they would shame people or something like.
No, it's basically the like borderless zone.
Oh, okay.
Which kind of is not great because it makes like a ton of countries not viable to hop between.
Oh, really?
Like when you're like, I don't know, in like the 2000s,
Yeah.
people would be able to like, let's say just like a 20-year-old trying to find themselves would be able to hop between countries for years at a time.
Okay.
Because you could just kind of go border to border and be good. But now it's like,
now you have to skip over countries.
Yeah.
Because some of them don't, you can't just go into that.
Most of Europe,
So that's why you guys had to go to England. It was like far enough away or whatever, something. Okay. Wow. So interesting, huh? Like there's all sorts of stuff that I don't know about. Like, I mean, I would probably just get thrown out because I don't know the rules. I guess you learn the rules when you're traveling. Kind of have to.
Yes, I did go to, Dan, I did go to museums in London. I went to a lot of them. I don't remember all the ones I went to because when I was staying there, we didn't spend much time in London, but I had done a vacation when I was like 8 years old. And
okay.
We went to a bunch of the museums there. And I mean, my favorite museum of all time is probably the Louvre, just because of how interesting it is and how much like amazing art there is there and just artifacts in general. But yeah, that's the answer to your question, Dana.
I think it's interesting that Raven, you're probably was like so much more cultured than I am. And you've probably seen more great art than I ever have.
Yeah, I've seen the Mona Lisa.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that cool, guys, that Raven lives with us and he's helping with these live streams. He's helping me with different parts of like social media, and I don't know, just it's like, I don't know, it's been awesome actually. I'm enjoying it so much. I don't know if you are, but I really hope you are because I don't want you to leave ever.
I am as well. Amazing. Been able to brainstorm and figure things out.
Yeah. It's super fun. And guess what, guys? He's going to Arizona with us too, which is super cool because when he moved in, a week ago, I was like, wow, we're going to go here and we're going to go to, we're going to Mexico too. And I'm like, man, it'd be cool if he could come, but part of it is like, I'm not in charge. I can't just say, oh yeah, you can come to this event. You know what I mean? Like, it's not my event. I can't make the decisions, but I asked, and my coach goes, oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah, bring him. So anyways, just booked a ticket for Raven yesterday, and he's going to be coming down. That's going to be so fun, man.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Arizona in a long time.
Yeah. Oh, it's always fun for us too from, although today's a little bit sunny, it's every day pretty much down there is sunshine and rainbows. Is that what they say? Care Bears and rainbows. That's something I think, I don't know who said that, but I heard somebody say something like that. Life isn't just Care Bears and rainbows.
Yeah, last time I was in Arizona, my dad used to go to like crystal shows. He was really into like crystals and stuff like that. And there's a giant one.
Oh, in Tucson.
Yeah, the Tucson one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we would go there
Yeah, our friend, I have a friend here who goes to that it's like once a year, I think. Well, maybe they do several shows, but that big one is like in February or something. I don't know.
There's one in Scottsdale, I think, as well, that we went to.
I'm sure there would be. The one thing that Peter and I went to last year in Scottsdale that was pretty cool was they had, it's called Celebration of the Arts, I think. And it's a pretty big event. It goes for many weeks. I think it might be like, it's crazy. The people who you sign up for, it's kind of like a art fair, but on the big scale, like not a weekend art fair, like a 7-week or 8-week or 10-week art fair. I can't remember exactly how long it is. All I know is a big commitment to be there. And so we walk through, it's many tents set up next to each other in this big kind of, I don't know it's a big parking lot, I guess.
Yeah.
And but it's pretty impressive. I was like really impressed with the quality of the work there and everybody who was participating. So we're getting up here closer to the sun. This is going to be where all the fun stuff happens. And I think I'll put in some of this bright white. And I still haven't used any other brush, guys. I know Raven's pretty impressed with that. Right, Raven?
Yeah. I'm not really a good painter, so I'd assume it's hard.
No, I'm just messing with you, man.
It's a number 20 brush, right?
It is.
Yeah. Dana was saying, tell us about how you created the reference.
I use Midjourney. If you go to midjourney.com, it's an app, I guess you'd call it. I don't know, that you can it basically will generate images for you based on other things that you put in. So what I do is I upload paintings of mine as a reference for it and as a style guide. And then I will, and maybe it's not, I use, oh yeah, I was going to say, I just lost my train of thought, but, or reference photos. So I have lots of reference photos. I was explaining this because actually yesterday after the live stream, Gretchen was asking me the same thing. And I was kind of saying, I have a lot of reference photos because I'm an old person and I've lived a long time. I've taken lots of photos, but still I run out. And I'm going to use a different brush for a second here, guys. No, I can't. If I do, I will lose my credibility of being a big brush. And remember, I want to disallow every small brush. We're going to take them out of the world. There will never be a small brush again. So you better use yours today before I get a hold of it.
Jenna's asking how much Midjourney is.
How much it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't ever pay attention to prices. Just buy. Just joking. Oh man. Sometimes, Raven, this is the problem with having you here is I will say things honestly for your entertainment. Like it'll be funny for me to say something absurd because I can hear your reaction. I can't hear their reaction, so I have to guess. But like if I say something that's kind of absurd, then I hear it from you, like it'll actually spur me on to say more like absurd or dumb things. So I apologize, guys. It's just Willow and Renee, sometimes this is like what they honestly will say about me. And I don't even know if I should say this, but Willow has said this because Willow's in 8th grade, right? And she'll be like, sometimes I think you have the brain of a 7th grade boy. Oh my goodness. No, I do. I just like the stuff that I just find life humorous, and like I love laughing. I love joking around, and I know that I don't know. It's just funny. But Midjourney is I don't know. Like I think that I paid something like I paid for a year, and I was saying to Gretchen yesterday that I canceled it. I might renew it, but I canceled it because I was like, man, you can generate a lot of images. And, so I've gone through, I've like, I don't know, just like said, like, create a desert scene, create this, blah, blah, blah. Like, you give it its prompt and it'll do all this stuff. And, but I'm like, man, I don't know how many I actually need. So maybe I'll just cancel this and, you know what I mean? I don't know. So I feel like you could just pay for like a month or something like that, go in and generate some images, and you'd have, it's kind of fun, and it's honestly kind of addicting. If you love like creating stuff, it feels like you can just like put in prompt or whatever, and it'll create it. And it feels like, why would I ever paint? Because this is so fun and so easy, right? So that's the danger of it, right? Is like, you got to be like, okay, this is a tool I'm using, know why you're using it, but don't get sucked into it, man. Cause it can feel like if you ever get stuck scrolling Instagram, looking at art or something, like that's kind of what it's like. Like you can totally get stuck doing something that feels kind of artistic, but you're not actually creating really yourself, So that's my little warning to you guys.
Nancy has a question on miniatures. Do you use the big brush then as well?
Some, but it's a small canvas. So I don't normally use this big brush because this big brush is like half the canvas. So, it just depends. Like things that feel like a big brush. And I just made a big mistake, you guys, because I wasn't thinking, and I did pull out a mid-sized brush. I put on like 2 brush strokes with it. I don't know. Well, now I have this complex. Like I think that I have to do this the whole way through. So I'm going to keep going. But yeah, I don't generally like in the miniatures paint the whole painting like this, because that's not the point of this. Is more like, hey, this is fun. Let's have a good time. But when I'm teaching, like I'll be a little bit more thoughtful, I guess. even though I think there's value in this, and I'm enjoying this a ton, and I actually think that if you want to get more loose in your work, this is probably the best and most easiest and straightforward way to do it, is just stop using the little brush as much, you know. And how do you do that? Well, grab the big brush and don't put it down, at least for as long as you can, right? So there is a practical part of this, but no, in the miniature stuff, I'm more like thinking about the general way that you would, you know, create the painting, and we'll be talking about more of that stuff along the way, more of the thought processes, you know, kind of what I'm looking for. Hey, I just left that little thing there, and it made me kind of think it looked a little bit like another cactus, so maybe I'll leave it. But good question. That's a pretty cool painting, guys. Call this the Big Brush Challenge. Okay, now I'm gonna wash out that big brush. This is probably my favorite brush though. Number 20. It's a Princeton Aspen. I love the Princeton Aspen. I used to be like the strongest advocate for the Princeton Catalyst, which is this kind of color. They're made by the same company. And I still love the Princeton Catalyst, but I love the Princeton Aspen more. It just holds its shape a little bit better. And I feel like the bristles they last longer. That's what it comes down to. They last a little bit longer. But yeah, ask any questions you guys have. I'm still very willing to answer anything that you might want to know about. I'm going to come back through here, and I'm going to start, because now everything's filled in a little bit, right? So now I'm going to come back and bring more highlight colors. Everything up till this point it looks pretty colorful, but I think that we can do more to bring vibrancy into it. And that's what you have to do when you're painting on black. You have to plan on that.
Someone's asking, what are the colors you're using?
Oh, this is cadmium yellow. This is cadmium orange. This is actually two different reds. The red on this side is naphthol red, and the red on this side is quinacridone red. This is ultramarine blue, and this is Mars black. The reason I hesitated with the ultramarine blue is because I did originally have a little bit of phthalo blue mixed in there too, but it's probably like 95% ultramarine blue. And it looks like I'm going to need to get some more of my yellow out. So you guys, you can also ask a question of Raven, because he's here and he's got an interesting story and an interesting family and all this stuff. Let's see, what else do we want to know about you? What can you tell us, Raven? You might know something that would be interesting.
What would be interesting?
You lift weights. I know that.
Yep, I
started caring about that when you're living in England, right?
Yeah, I was emaciatedly skinny, and one of my friends started pushing me to go to the gym, and I started going, and now I'm feeling great, looking great, and doing a lot better. Gym's great.
It's awesome. What do you think the connection is between your physical health and your, like, the rest of you? As just not you in particular, but us as people.
Physical health and mental health?
Yeah, and just like our well-being.
I think it has a great deal to help with it, because when you work out, I'm not going to quote anything because I don't know the exact sciences behind this, but I do know that it releases different chemicals in your brain that actually help you have better moods and things like that.
Yeah.
So it is very good for you as far as like mental health. Like if you're feeling sad or very angry or anything like that, it'll either cheer you up or, well, just cheer you up usually. And yeah, it's a really good way to go out there and make yourself healthier, and also just always feel better.
Yeah. It's amazing to me how it has an impact on the amount of impact that it has on us. Like every part of life is so connected.
Yeah. Dana, yes, I am buff now.
Are you buff now? That's awesome.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends who I've helped through gym as well. It's one of the ways that I show like caring is bringing them, pushing them as hard as I can. Even though it might seem like I'm trying to be mean by pushing them for every last rep or whatever it is. It's really
Okay.
a good way to care about them, because I know it's not helping them in the long run, even if it doesn't feel the best in the short term.
Well, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure I saw on the docket for things that are going to happen in Arizona. Pretty sure there's going to be a group workout session again.
Nice.
So.
And Marley, I'm 17.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of any other things that
Could be good
to talk about.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
Chat needs to give us some more questions.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah. Feel free if you have anything on your mind.
Or let's ask them some questions.
Yeah, true.
So what do you guys got coming up? What are you guys doing? If you're Canadian, you've already had your Thanksgiving, but if you're American, you're going to have Thanksgiving next week. Do you guys have plans? What are you guys doing?
Everyone's saying the cactus looks like E.T.'s hand or a hand.
Oh, yeah. I know. Well, I was, yeah. I was kind of worried about something like that happening, honestly.
Read anything good lately? Jed, you read anything good lately?
Well, I read the Bible this morning.
Same thing. That's about the only thing I read.
I think that I've been doing, let me think about this. Just thinking, sorry. Sometimes it's a slow process for me. I don't think I've had a book, like a really like a normal book in my hand for a while. I've been doing a lot of video training.
The last books I read was The Hardy Boys.
Oh, really?
When I was younger, yeah.
That was a
That's
while
science.
ago then, huh?
Yeah, I've had some assignments since then, but I don't really count those.
Oh, yeah.
Alyssa's going to Massachusetts with the family. Nice.
Okay.
Denise is doing a study on palms.
On palms?
Palms? How do you say that? The Bible.
Oh, Psalms.
Psalms. Right. Nice, getting the family. Jilla's getting third son and his wife and 2 grandkids. And
Hey,
20
look.
plus people.
Oh, 20 plus. Whoa, awesome.
That's a big Thanksgiving.
Oh, Diane, I was doing both, but video training for myself. I'm in that coaching program. I don't know if I said it today really, but so yeah, it's been really good. Been super helpful.
Vivian has a good question. I did not see all the colors in the reference photos. How do you decide what colors to put in?
Really, for me, I just am looking more at the values, and then if there's a color that I think would look interesting, I have more freedom to use whatever color, as long as it's somewhat in that same value. I know I've changed some of this down here a little bit because some of it's maybe a little bit like a little bit lighter than the reference. And actually that's part of what I was just coming down and adding a little bit of dark back in certain places. But I think about the value more than the color, and that gives that sense of freedom to change. I'm gonna see if I can get a different kind of shade of color for back here that might be a little bit more violet. Need it to be darker though.
Jill is thinking, or said, do you think much about the cools versus warm colors?
Yeah, I do actually. That's kind of why I'm doing this, because I felt like this part back there at the back could be more, like it could have more on the cool side and maybe tie in a little bit more with some of the other areas. which I think it did. I hope it did. Okay, I'm gonna come back with one more coat in the sky, and then we're gonna be done. Michaela, you say, I'm actually a total beginner and your painting skills are very inspiring, especially if you struggle with the real images to paint. Yeah, you know, one thing that I think is there's kind of stepping stones and building blocks in painting. And I found this out when we used to teach in the studio, and we had essentially what was a paint and sip type of class where people who never had painted ever before were coming, right? And so you have to think about what you're doing a little bit differently. If you know, if it's a workshop and you've got a lot of people that have experience painting, that's a totally different environment than if you're, you know, you've got people that they're just coming because it's fun and but they've never painted really before. And so what I found was people would get very intimidated with reference photos. Like something that was, you know, like if you were out and you took a photo of a really beautiful scene, and then you come back and you think like, okay, now I'm going to paint this, right? And you're excited about it because you had the experience, but the actual reference photo is so detailed. There's so much information on there, and you have to translate it. You have to, like, it's not just a simple put this color here, anything like that. You're actually having to make way more decisions about everything because it's not a painting. You're not looking at a painting, you're looking at the real thing. And what I found was that we did that for a while, but it was really hard for people. And so I started using paintings of mine as the reference. And I don't know what made me think of it, but I just was kind of wondering if it would be easier. And it turned out that it was a lot easier for people because it's easier to look at something that somebody else has already done all the translation from the reference. And now you're just able to look at it and basically copy what the other person did, right? Like you don't have to figure out what color should I mix up or how much detail should I put in or, you know, all those little questions. Somebody else already kind of did it. And you can really just look at the image and see a finished product, and it's just a lot easier in many ways to look at that and work from it. And so I've been thinking about, I was actually just talking with Raven about this. That's one of the reasons that I'm using this image today, and sometimes we'll do this because I'm thinking, you know, for somebody who hasn't painted much, this is going to be a lot easier to work from. And I kind of want to start something, like I actually kind of want to start a little community for these, like where we could put every one of these lessons. These aren't, I hesitate to call them lessons because I'm not teaching so much. They're hangout sessions, you know, like all that. But, you know, I mean, I think that they're still valuable. I think you can still learn something, even if it's not directly teaching all the time. But I was thinking about like putting them into a place. Like we have Acrylic University, and Acrylic University is like literally like, it's so awesome. It's if you want to like really dive in, but I kind of have been feeling like I think that there's a place maybe for people who aren't that you're not necessarily wanting the same level of instruction. You just want to kind of like, let's just have fun, let's hang out, I just want a place to belong, you know, like that kind of thing, and be encouraged. And so I'm thinking about doing something that's like a little bit alternative community where, you know, people who are here on the live stream can go hang out, belong, and also just kind of get the past replays easier, potentially share paintings, things like that. And then I'm also thinking about the idea of, because I threw this out there a while ago, like almost like reviving the kind of classes that we used to do, like we call them coffee and canvas, but just using images that are easy, already translated, and seeing if that would be like really helpful for people without the same level of commitment as, you know, maybe the full-on membership and learning path that we already have is.
Denise was wondering what colors you're using in the sky.
And it's kind of going all over now, but white, cadmium yellow light, and my blue.
And Vivian was asking, do you ever use transparent washes instead of all opaque?
Transparent washes instead of opaque. You know, yeah, sometimes. Not here, obviously.
Kayla was asking, do you wash when you transition from dark to light?
Do I wash my brush out? Yeah, a lot of times if I'm making a pretty significant transition in the value or the color, I'll wash it out. Or if I need something that's like very clean. And I shouldn't keep touching that. I think I'm going to be. I didn't want it to look like a hand, so I put on that little nub. You know how they have sometimes like a little arm that comes off, but I haven't quite got it where I want. It's a little bright, but if that's a cactus back there, I don't want it to be black, completely black. Yeah, I think that I like this generally. I'm going to get a little bit smaller brush, but it's still a big brush. This is a number 16, but both of my other ones are wet in water. Don't really want to mess with them right now.
Christy is saying, why don't you reverse painting Miracle and put the sky more palm of your hands between the cactus branches? Like,
yeah, I mean, I could potentially. I'm just part of it's that with just using the big brush, it's a little bit trickier, right? So like, if I use this smaller brush, maybe that's just what I need to do.
Vivian has a spiritual question. I was involved in church about 7 years ago when there was an accident inside the church that caused me to have life-changing brain injury.
Whoa. An accident inside the church?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Was there a question, or was that it was just more of a comment?
That was the
Oh,
chat.
okay.
So I don't know.
Okay. Okay, we're going to be done here in just a second. I will probably, well, I was going to say I'm going to try to get this last little bit. I think that's a little bit better. The shapes are a little bit better. There's still probably a little bit more that I can do on it, but I don't like fussing too much on here because it feels boring. But generally, I feel quite happy with this painting. I think that it has the feel that I was originally going for, just to have something vibrant, colorful. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to call it good, guys. Fun times, good times. Yvonne says, stop. Yes, and that's what you need. Sometimes you need the second person to hit you over the head when it's time to stop. Thanks, Christine. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I mean, I absolutely enjoy this kind of painting, this kind of scene. Yeah, lots of fun. Actually, oh no, I just read this. I just started painting. Oh, seriously, painting. And as soon as I did, oh, I was attacked by a neighbor's dog on the right hand. Just spent 6 weeks in the hospital feeling like I can't succeed. Vivian, let me just tell you this. The thing that is most important is right up here. That thought that says you can't succeed is not true unless you make it true. What you need to start doing is recognizing where those thoughts come from and realizing that they're not internal from you. You have an enemy. You need to train your mind in truth. I can succeed. I will succeed. I must succeed. And put in the effort. Like I have this thing. I think I showed this to you guys the other day. Dreams come with a price. It says 365 committed. Dreams come with a price. And whatever you want to do, you can do it. You have to be relentless though. And you have to train your mind because your mind is the gatekeeper. Like you're the gatekeeper of your mind, and you can't let negative thoughts live inside you, or they will destroy you, right? So anyways, I just want to say that because yeah, you've had some hard things, but you know what happens when you're on your way to your calling? Obstacles, hardship, lots of stuff that wants to hold you back, right? And it's only through overcoming that you become the person of character that you need to be so that you can actually walk out in your calling. It's amazing how that stuff goes together, but it's totally true. Yes, Vivian, keep trying. It will come. It will come. Love these daily demos. Thank you, Jed and Raven, for your generous gift of time and inspiration. You bet. You are an amazing person, Carolyn. Anyways, guys, love you guys so much. Thankful that you're here. Thankful that we can spend these times together. And I just want to say you're loved, you're believed in. Pay attention. Make sure you text me. I'm going to actually do this really quick, guys. If you don't mind, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to share this with you. 425-400-2094. If you have not texted me, make sure you text me, or else I'm not going to send you a text and tell you when I'm going live and all that kind of stuff. This will also make sure that over the next week or week and a half, I was explaining that I'll probably send out a little bit of a schedule that will let you know if I'm doing something in advance. We do have a couple really cool live streams coming up on Friday nights, guys. It's going to be really killer. First one is actually in 2 days with Diana and Peter. So make sure that you are looking for that. They're going to do that. And then I'm doing one on Black Friday. It's going to be rad. The reference for today, of course, was that. You can go to jeddorseyart.com. I just loaded 2 of the paintings from yesterday and a couple days ago on there that you could buy. And also, we got the miniature challenge stuff coming up. So, guys, anyways, want to just make sure you guys got that number. You're loved. You're believed in. Go win the day. It's going to be an awesome day, and proud of you guys. So, adios for now.